the time on your planning to join this particular meeting. This is a webinar on creating interactive notebooks for your students. So there are some personal tidbits that you could probably take away if you are a digital journaler or scrapbooker or whatever. There are going to be some helpful tips in this presentation that will help you in other areas besides just this one. So if you look at your screen, this is a sample of a journal that I have created me from scratch in Google Slides. And the reason that I use Google Slides is because Google Slides gives you more um, options for design as opposed to something like Google Docs. Also, the reason I use Google Slides is because I want this to be accessible. When I'm home, I can see the students' journals, I can see their notebooks, and I don't have to handle the little germy binders and everything that they want to turn into us. So, this is why I choose Google Slides for this project. So I'm going to escape out so that you can see. So just like I shared this particular interactive notebook with you, in the same way you would share it with your students. So once you have it finalized and it's ready for what you want to use it for with your kids, then you go to Google Classroom, you upload it from your drive, and you make a copy for every one of your students. Then they have their own copy of it, and you get to see the copy that they're working on. And so that is the advantage of this. You get to comment on it. You get to say, oh, if they have a question, they can ask questions and you can answer it. So it makes it interactive in that way. So let's look at this for a second. So what I do is I give them a sample that is already designed based on my preferences. Then I give them some empty covers. So there are about 6 or 7 of them here, right? And I tell them, choose a cover that you like. And I want you to delete all the ones that you don't like. Now, some students have said, I don't like any of them. I want to design my own cover. So they also do that, and they use Canva or Be Funky to actually go out there and design their cover in the size that this cover is. Okay. Also, inside, they're going to have the blank pages that I provide for them. So, originally, when I first started doing this, I would provide pages like this, right? And these pages already have the text boxes for them to go ahead and type their notes in. Then I said, well, if I'm going to be teaching Cornell notes to classes, then I better model in this notebook what I am really pushing teachers to do with their students. And that is to get your students to take notes using the Cornell note-taking system. This system, according to the research, is really good for students, and students who use it and they take organized notes and they do something with them, they're going to retain 90 to 100% of the information that they're given. So those key word indefinitely, I forgot that word. So the key is organized notes. And then the second highlight is do something with them. So you may say, what are they going to do with these notes? Okay. So you have 2 ways that they can get the notes in this journal. Okay. The first way is they go right to the 4 boxes for the Cornell notes. There are 4 sections: the purpose, which is your learning goal or whatever objective you have on the board. Then as they begin to take notes, then they use their key terms, questions, and cues, the who, what, when, where, why, how, and then they answer those questions on this side. So if they're taking notes on literary elements, then they would go here they would type the word simile, and you may not be able to see this, so let me kind of make it bigger for you. They would go here and they would type, oh, too big. So let's go down a little bit.
You're welcome.
Let's go down a lot more. Okay. So let me close this so you can see. So they're in here, and so they type in the word simile. Well, the way that this is set up, I lost my page. Where am I? Okay, here it is. So the way that this is set up is that the students can actually type their notes in. I got to spell it right, right? Okay. So why is this giving me problems? Experience. Okay, no problem. So what they're going to do is they're going to type in this word, and then they are going to go to the other side, and then right here beside it, oh my goodness. I'm having such a hard time. Okay, let me see what's going on. I'm going to stop the share for just a minute because it's acting really funky. So let me see if I can get it back where I need it to be so that I can see it. And then I will share again. Okay, so I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to share again so that you can see this. All right. So now what I want to draw your attention to is the page that is already completed. So when your students are working on this interactive notebook, they're not going to necessarily make it look like this in class, okay? What they're going to do is they're going to just do the basics. They're going to go in here, they're going to type in their words, and then they're going to go to this box and actually using like or as to compare, I think it's two unlike things. Maybe that's the definition. It's been a long time. Okay, so this is how the notes are going to look when they're in class. They're going to be really basic. They may highlight or whatever, but you just want them to get your lecture and the highlights of your lecture in these boxes. Now, the do something with it that Cornell talks about is once they have this page full of notes, then they take it home. And instead of saying they don't have homework, they're actually taking those notes and they're organizing them. They're highlighting. They're putting little stickers in places. They're adding like little videos. They're even putting sticky notes over to the side if they have a question about the material, so that when you look at their notebook, you can see their questions and you can actually respond to them in comment form, which is another way that this becomes interactive. Now, one of the things that we can do in this particular type notebook that we cannot do in a paper notebook is that we can go to insert and we can go to image and we can search the web. And so if we're talking about, for example, the colonies in US history. So I'm sorry, that's the wrong way. I want to do that. If we're talking about colonies in US history, we can actually go and search the web. We can backspace and we can do colonies map. Okay. And the students can actually look for this and they can find one that works for them and they can drop it right into their notes. Okay. Now it's going to have to be, resized and placed in an area that it works for them, but they can put these types images in their notebooks very quickly as opposed to trying to draw it in class. So if you're talking about, say, for instance, something that you would discuss in language arts, maybe I don't know what you all do, what kind of diagrams you do, but even this simple one, I found this by simply going to image, search the web, and then I did Cornell notes. Okay. And so these are some of the images that come up. I chose that one, but I could have chosen this one and chosen to insert it into my document as well. Okay, but that's in another language, it looks like. Okay. So I guess they're using it everywhere. All right. So here's what I want to say about this piece. So you can give them a blank slate, and this particular one is something that I put in here that's stamp template. Do not type on this. But what they can do is when they need a new piece of paper to take new notes, then they duplicate the slide, right? And it makes a copy of it. And then for this one, they can take this off and then they can use this to take the next day of notes. But they always need to keep their template sample in there and never get rid of it. Now, if you want to save time and you want to give them their notes, which is, it may not be like designed like this one, but you want to give them a basic page with some notes to drop in their notebook, then it is a way to do that as well. So I'm going to take this particular page and I'm going to say copy, right? Because I want to give it to them so that they can edit it. So I don't want to take a picture of it, right? And then I'm going to go over to a presentation that is separate, but it's already set up using the guidelines as the same one. It's going to be a custom 8.5 by 11 and apply, right? So then I'm going to go here and I'm going to choose paste. So what it does is it pastes this particular one in this slideshow. Now, if I've already prepared this for them and I just want them to drop it in their notebook, then I can share this with my students using Google Classroom, and they would be able to open it, take this, copy it, and put it in their master notebook. Okay, so that's just a simple way to save time. If you want to give them a pre-filled out example, then you can do that as well, and they can add it to their particular notebook. So let's go back to this particular one where I have all of my pages, because I want to take you down to what I call the fun page, right? I want to take you to the sticker page. So I want to talk to you first about my sticker page. I like to give kids these stickers, but what I found is that the kids start finding their own stickers. And then they begin to add their own stickers to their notebooks. And because I have access to their notebooks, I go and I take the stickers that I like and I put them in my master notebook. So these are supplied by me when they get this notebook. Now, these are some that we've been working on today, and some people wanted the read sticker. Some people wanted a go away, I'm reading, like just things like this that you can add to your page. Somebody wanted washi tape, like the tape that you use. And so this is how these things look when you add like an agenda page to your book. You can do this as well. This is a template that I found online, and I just put a text box here and added all of the little graphics. September, I added the dates there so that you can see them. And this is how you begin to build. Now, you may not use your interactive notebook for a calendar, but some people may keep a running record in the front of the notebook of what should be in the notebook, like we used to call it a table of contents page. And some teachers used to put it on their boards in their classrooms, but you could actually create one of those and put it in their notebook, and they just have to add to it so they know what content should be in there. So let's talk really quickly about the sticker. Okay. These I've found online. Some of these are my logos that I've added here, and some of them are just ones that I've picked up along the way. So where do you get your stickers from? So I have talked with teachers all day today, and the science teachers during their planning, they said, well, we may want stickers that relate to science. And then social studies said, well, we may want stickers related to social studies. So you can do it however you like. But what I want to do really quickly is share with you how to create these little stickers. Is that okay? Miss Evans?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So on this page, you see, and the reason that I had this page up is because I want to show you that mostly when you go look for graphics, they're going to have a white box around them, right? Well, to me, that doesn't make a great sticker. I want my stickers to be able to drop on any page and not have this white box around them. Okay, so there are two ways that we can get there. So I'm going to go to image. I'm going to do search the web right in Google Slides. And I am going to search for an image, a read sticker. Let's find another one. Okay, or coffee. I need some right now. Okay, so you have all of these things that come up, and these don't really look like stickers to me. This may make a cute sticker. Okay, so let's play with this and this little elephant. All right, I like it. So I am going to drop this elephant on my page. And what I find right away is that this elephant is already transparent. Okay. Because when I put it here, you can see the paper through the outline of the elephant. There's no white box around it. So with a sticker like this, the only thing that I really need to do is to make it look more stickerish is to add a shadow to it. Okay. And so I go to my format options and I've added a shadow to it. And now I have this cute little elephant sticker. Okay. Now I want to go back there to insert image, search the web, and I want to say read sticker, and then I'm going to add PNG to the end of this. When I add PNG to it, then it's going to give me more options that are transparent like these. Okay. And I don't see a lot, but here's one that I may want to put in my notebook. Just trying to see if I see anything else in here. Now, sometimes the search parameter in this searching inside of the slideshow doesn't yield a lot of great ones. But say, for instance, I want this flower because I don't have a flower sticker. Because I search for a PNG, then notice how it comes in is automatically transparent. So there's no box around it. It's so pretty that if I wanted to, because it's transparent, I can actually put it right here with this book if I wanted to do that. Okay. But I may not want to do that. So now the only other thing I have to do is go to format options again and give it a drop shadow so it looks like a sticker. Now, this is the really a limited amount of stickers in here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to open up a new tab and I'm going to share this tab with you. And then I'm going to search for coffee stickers. Coffee stickers. Okay. Now notice that I'm outside of Google Slides, right? So because I'm not selling this planner or this notebook, I can kind of use some of this under fair use, right? So this is a cute little sticker that you could put. I got this one already, but this one is nice. And then I like these ones that have this little design around them as well. So I'm going to try this one. Okay, first. Okay, but first, coffee. So I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to choose save as. And it's going to save this, okay, coffee, I'm going to call it. I'm going to save it. Now notice it's telling me it's saving it as a PNG, but it absolutely has a white box around it. Okay, so I saved it to my computer. Now I'm going to go to this website, another website called remove.bg. This is probably like one of the most important things I'm going to probably tell you today because this is so helpful to everyone. So when I go to remove.bg, anything that has a white box around it, I can remove the background from it. Okay. Pictures, stickers, whatever. So I'm going to go OK Coffee PNG. I'm going to open it up in here and it's working on removing the background. Now I know that that background is removed because I see these gray and white checkerboards around the perimeter of the sticker. So if it had a background, all of this would be white. Okay, so I'm going to show you the original. It's the gray. It removed the gray and I'm left with this. So now I'm going to tell it to download it. Okay. Now I'm going to go back over to my interactive notebook. And now I'm building another sticker in here. So I'm going to kind of move these up here a little bit out of the way. And then I'm going to go insert. Okay. Get off of that. I'm going to go insert image. I'm going to upload this time from my computer. And I'm going to bring the first one in so that you can see it. This is the one with the little gray background, the original one that I found. And it would work, but you know, if you're putting it over something else, I don't really like it. So I want the other one. So I added a little shadow to it so it looks like a sticker. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to get the one where I remove the background. And the reason I know that I removed the background because it adds remove BG to the title. So now I have this sticker that is really cute and it has no background. And watch how it pops when I add a drop shadow. Okay. Now I have this sticker that I can use. So what I like to do is I like to let the kids, you know, the first day that I introduce this to them, I like to let them design their cover, delete all the extra covers that they don't want. And then I like to allow them to find some stickers that are, you know, that they like. I give them my sticker page, but then if I, you know, because you have different kinds of kids. You got kids who like unicorns. You have kids who like soccer balls. You have kids who like skateboards. So you cannot possibly give them all the stickers that you know they need. So you let them build their own sticker page, and then I take their stickers when I see some that I like. Okay. So, are there any questions so far? Okay, so I'm gonna jump over to this page because
Sorry, Charlotte, I have a question.
okay, I'm listening.
Just that fair use thing, can you say about the fair use with the stickers and the transparent stuff again?
Okay, so the first thing I said is because this is for educational purposes and you're not selling these books to the kids, then most of these stickers that you grab and you manipulate, they're going to be covered under fair use.
Okay.
Now, I would not be able to say that if you were selling these books. You would probably have to create your own stickers. But
Okay.
just to get kids encouraged to use stickers in their notebooks, under the education fair use policy, then you're okay. Now,
Okay.
if you're really concerned about it, when you go to look for stickers, I'm going to go here again. Then you can actually go to tools here and you can do usage rights and you can tell it that you want Creative Commons licenses. So that is going to limit the type of stickers that will pop up. but at least you know that these will be covered under your Creative Commons licensing. There
Okay,
are
thank you.
some websites that you can go to that offer you free, graphics.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right. So in here, just so many more that pop up when I do that particular one. So that might not be the free one because these are good, pretty good. So you want to make sure that if you're concerned about the type, that you make sure that you have Creative Commons licenses selected. Okay, and there used to be one that said free, but I don't see that listed in here anymore. Okay, so getting back to our notebook, all of the information that I've said to you is right here on this page. And I provided this for you so you weren't worried about trying to take notes and remembering what I said. So this is the platform we use, is Google Slides. This is how you set up your page. These are 2 videos links. And this is another great thing about it. You can add videos to your interactive notebook. You can add links to other items or other websites to your interactive notebook, and you just come in here and click on them, and you just can't do that in a paper notebook. So these are 2 videos where I cover Cornell note taking, part 1 and part 2. So if any teacher wants to use the Cornell note taking system, but you don't necessarily want to teach it, you can let the kids watch these videos. And I do have an activity where they watch the videos and they answer questions about the Cornell notes, or I come in your classroom and I teach for a day for you. So that is completely up to you. And after you're done, then what I say is you have to hold the kids accountable. If this is going to be your standard for how they take notes, then it needs to be your standard and hold them to it. The stickers, I think I covered pretty much everything. I did talk just briefly about this particular student. She did a totally different cover, and she went over to Canva and created her covers. So I am going to show you another example of a student notebooks that were created in my classroom using this particular system. You see that her cover looks nothing like mine. She totally redesigned it, and you give them that freedom to do that. And then here, I haven't taught them Cornell notes yet, but I am going to get to it since I'm teaching it to other students. So here they were just using the basic papers. They were writing the date and taking notes on those particular days and just adding stickers to their pages as they took their notes. So I have tons of other examples of just students who have really gone in and taken a hold of this concept. And I really think they like it. And I've seen that they really get into making sure that they get all of their information in. So if there are no questions, I think that you have pretty much everything that you need to move forward with incorporating this into your classroom. I will say that when you offer this to your students, when you post it on Google Classroom, you do want to choose the option to make a copy for every student so that they're working in their own copy. I also want to add that you do not want them to ever turn this in to the end of the quarter, because if they turn it into you, then they can't continue to take notes in it. So just let it sit out there, and you can still see it because it's in your Google Classroom. You can see what they're doing and check it that way. Okay. I don't know if anybody
Thank
else.
you.
Oh, you're so welcome. I hope you have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.